What's poppin' Chop Squad? It's your boy Slate D Biggs for AnimeMCS. Here today with my first chapter review of Time Paradox Ghostwriter. I did an Is It Good episode, and it very much so is. Of the first 3 chapters, I wanted to wait a little bit for some content to come out before I did any videos. You know, I react to like the first chapter, and then everything else after that sucks. That would suck. But this manga is amazing. And it's one of my favorites to read every week now. I am as excited to read this manga as I am for My Hero Academia, for One Piece, for Chainsaw Man. Before I get into the chapter, I want to say thank you to everyone that watched that first video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of the dope anime and manga content that we will be putting out. Also, we do the MCS Anime Podcast weekly. And we just did episode 11 on Baki the Grappler's new season covering the Raitai tournament and the Ali Jr. arc. And if you don't know shiz about Baki, we talk about all kinds of shows. We do Yu-Gi-Oh!, Hunter x Hunter, and we're going to keep on rolling, baby. Without any further ado, let's get into the chapter. Chapter 4 keeps up the quality. We get introduced to Sasaki Teppei's assistants. And then the second half of the chapter, we see him going through some more personal struggles. When the chapter begins, he's standing in what is about to be their workspace for where they will be adapting the weekly manga series White Knight. He's about to meet his assistants, and he's thinking to himself more about how he feels wrong about what he's doing, but he's justifying it in his own head by saying things like, only I can draw it. I have to see the series of White Knight through on my own. Last chapter, when he talked to Itsuki Aino, she did hand it off to him officially. She said, you adapt it. You do your thing with it. Obviously, his version of it is a lot better than the one that she has right now, and she recognizes that. Little does she know, this is like her magnum opus, 10 years in the making, and he's fucking stealing it. Kind of. It's a messy situation. Like, he's kind of stealing it, but he wasn't at first. He thought it was all a dream. So far, I like his assistants. I think they bring a good chemistry. So, the would-be leader out of the assistants is Jiro Yamane. He's 35 years old, and he's just a pro assistant. He's just there to be an assistant. He's not trying to go out, make his own series. He's just there to help the homies. And he has experience being the chief assistant already. So out of the 4 assistants that he is going to work with for now, he's basically the leader. He seems like a happy-go-lucky, sweet guy that is just going to have like a warm air about him. And he's going to keep the vibes positive. The next assistant I want to talk about is Genki Akaishi. He was the Tezuka Award runner-up winner, and he's made no other debuts. He's 19 years old, and he's got some high energy. He's fucking hype. Like, he's the hype man. I think he's going to end up being one of my favorites. So far, I really like him and his chemistry with another one of the assistants. Before I talk about that assistant, we got to talk about Hajime Igarashi. He's kind of got like a Uryu Ishida vibe, a Tenya Ida vibe. He's just cold, calculated, official. You see this in his speech. Like, his introduction is, "Hi, my name is Hajime Igarashi. I respect you. It's a pleasure." And last but not least, the 4th assistant is Itsuki Aino. And I'm so happy to see this. I thought that since she said, I'll hand the series off to you, and she fucked off back to the small, rinky-dinky place she came from, that she was not going to be in the series very often. But I should have known better. I think it's great that she's one of the assistants, adapting her own material. And I can't wait to see how this all boils out. The chemistry between her and Genki is really, really nice so far, too. I like how they get energetic, they argue back and forth. In her introduction, she makes sure to let everyone know, I thought of White Knight too. I'll do whatever I can to help improve the White Knight I was also drawing. Little bit of shade, if this didn't happen, she was going to sit in her room and cook up the plot to White Knight for years to come before she made an official move debuting it. The other assistants have doubts about Itsuki Aino. She shows them her art and blows them away, though. And of course, Genki has to say some shit like, it's almost as good as me. I think their chemistry overall, like the whole group's chemistry, is going to evolve, and it's going to become something that I'm going to enjoy every chapter. Second half of the chapter, we mostly see Sasaki Teppei struggling because he's comparing his art to what is in the serialized version of White Knight 10 years in the future, and it's not up to par. He drew out the whole first chapter, the whole 54 pages, and threw it out. And everyone's looking at it like, bro, this looks amazing. And he's like, no, it's not good enough. So he redraws it. The deadline is coming close. They have 19 days at the point where he decides he's redrawing it. So they spend 10 days on that. Everyone else steps up and they're like, we're going to draw the backgrounds. And they're like, yeah, we're a squad. Fuck yeah. Genki says his first version was ultra legit. But when he redraws it, it evolves to become super ultra legit. So even at super ultra legit level art, Sasaki is not satisfied. So Itsuki Aino looks at the new evolved art and she's like, holy shit, this is so much better than anything I could do. Little does she know, he's copying her art because she's amazing. She told him it's perfect. I think it's really great. She hands it back to him, and this man, with like 9 days to the deadline at this point, rips it all in half. It's still not good enough. Perfect? Perfect? You think that's good enough? I think one of the things I really like about this series is that Sasaki isn't just going, yeah, I got it, everything's great, and like, we're just gonna roll. He's struggling mentally a lot and physically. His art isn't up to par. He sucks at coming up with stories. And like he's just been struggling, and I like being able to see his evolution throughout these chapters. I think that's the strong point of this manga, is the character writing so far, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to read chapter 5. I hope you guys liked the video. Thank you so much for watching it. I'll talk at you next time. Peace out.